Assalamu alaikum. Hi all, this is Mr. Ayman, ICT teacher. This program related to the students who take ICT and the IGCSE program or level program. Inshallah, we're going to cover some points about the printing out because you know that in the IGCSE and the ICT exam, there is 60% for the practical with two papers, paper 2 and paper 3. Paper 2 cover the word processing and database and mail merge and presentation. And the paper 3 will cover web authoring and spreadsheet. But there is many mistakes may happen during the paper 2, especially and the database questions, because we need to be aware by these points. In the database questions, the students they don't do the query when they're doing the database because the past paper in the question, examiner will never ask you to do query. He will ask you to do filtration. Example like show only records where. Show only records where that cannot be done and somewhere else rather than query. It should be done in the query in the criteria. Some candidates did not doing this in the query, and some candidates basically did not create a query even. يعني بيجيبوا بس طوالي report directly, and if you do report directly from the table, usually table come up with more than 100 records. So the print out 100 records, when you print it out, became basically like more than 30 papers. How come print out in the exam in the database more than 30 papers? There is mistake here, there is problem. So you run out the cartridge, the ink, the papers, the printing out, the traffic. You affect even the other candidates during the exam. You affect the exams too, because you've been using the printer for mistake for nothing. If you print out directly, means less that the paper that. Even also there is other problem when they handling the papers also to the invigilator want to transfer this to the UK also by mail. This is heavy. This is a large number of papers. Basically, there is notified by something very important. The maximum number of papers for one report, it shouldn't be more than 3 papers. Only 3 papers. When you bring something, if you bring something more, maximum is 3. It cannot be maximum than 5. 5, if you make a mistake by space, okay, acceptable, no problem. But more than 5, there is problem. A print out shouldn't be like this. So you have to be aware by the printing out. Sometimes the database contains 2 reports. So the total shouldn't be more than 5. 6 maximum, 7 maximum papers. It cannot be more than that one. Also, there is something. Even ask you to do. Sometimes there is question like print on a single page wide. Single page wide doesn't mean you put the whole of them. You put them in one paper. No, it doesn't mean like this. There is more records here. Sometimes there is more than one paper. Single page wide, that means you shouldn't have an extra column on the right side out, and there is no, it shouldn't be there is orphan on the on one page. Yeah, it should be the whole columns fit in one page. The record could be continuously to the next page, no problem, but column cannot be other column in the other page. Yes, it can be record, yes, continuously. Second page and third page, no problem, but not column on the other page. You have to be aware and you have to be careful when you print it out. Before you send your order to the print out, you have to check the print preview and see basically front of you in the print preview how it looks like the printing out will be sent to the printer. This is very important. Take care of this, please. And also there is something very important. When you press the button of printer and you know how many papers that you send it to the printer, you have only 2 papers sent it to the printer. This now 2 papers sent it to the printer. Sometimes printer need to be reloaded by invigilator, by teachers who is running the exam. You have to wait. Some candidates waiting for a couple of time. Invigilator did not bring their papers. Start reprinting again by pressing the button of printer again one more time. So you have to know something. You send the printer first time, 2 papers online to the printer. Yes, waiting, on the waiting, yes. Yes, on the waiting. That's, you send again, that means we're gonna have 4 pages printing out. Means nothing. You need only 2. So you have to be aware by this point. Inshallah, we're gonna see on the videos that how to confirm that the printing out, because it's very important and affect exams, and many candidates may fail because they don't know how to print out database properly, inshallah. Thank you very much.